don't make your design too pixel perfect. Okay, just make sure that you are going to use the correct sizes over here, or the distances. These major and minor distances, they really matter a lot. Okay, you can even develop a scale and tell your coders about it, that if you want to use a big space like this one, big padding, then it should be 104. The section padding will be 96 pixels. The distance between two headings will be heading and subheading will be 24. Okay, so this is your scale. Okay, you can see we are using 40 a lot and also 104. Okay, and sometimes we are using 64. So 40, 64, 104, 32. This is our scale of our padding. Okay, so we are leaving spaces in between different areas. Okay, then you can see over here we can also turn on our grid to see where our guide should be. Okay, so I'm going to place my guide over here, and this you can also do something like that. Okay, so I'm going to measure the distance between these two. Okay, so it is 80, it is 10 times. Okay, so maybe we can also use 64 or maybe 96 over here. Okay, so I think we can use 64 over here too. Okay, so if you want to shift your design a bit up, you can do that. And then we have some space in between these two areas. I think it is going to be almost 64. Okay, so it's 44. So to make them to make them into one scale, we need to short it to 40. Okay, so it is going to be 40 and it will look good. Okay, don't use too many different spaces. I think we have already have a lot of different spaces: 96, 64, 40, 32. Okay, so it can remove the harmony between your design. So don't use too many of them. And I think this block is equal to the size of 96, I guess. Yeah, it's 96. Okay, so I'm going to move it over here like this. Okay, so again, so this is how we are going to develop our red line documentation. So I'm going to skip everything. Now you can see I have added a whole vertical rhythm of how many spaces and how many different kind of spaces or paddings I'm using. You can see over here we have 80, 40, 96, 40, 96, 64, 104. Okay. Also, if you want to use or make your design too much compatible or very in a lot of harmony, you can adjust your spaces afterwards. Okay, so if you want to use 104 everywhere, you can reduce this 144 to 104. Now if we are using 40 pixels at the bottom and also at the top, okay, you can see we also have 64 for the medium, then 104 is the biggest. So maybe if you want to adjust, you can adjust this. Okay, so rather than using 144 over here, we can also go for 104. Okay, so I'm skipping 40, using 40 pixels less over here. Okay, so you can see how your design can look over here. Adjust it and see if it is going to get better. If it doesn't, then you can step up and use 144 instead. Okay, so talk to your developers about it, create a rhythm or a full scale of different paddings and margins, and tell them that these are the different distances you are using, and they will be glad to talk about your process and everything. Okay, so get together with your team and tell them what you are using over here. Okay, also you can see I can center line these in this block over here. if you want to, you can also do something like this. Okay, so if I try to hide everything like that, and also you can see all my specifications are in this document, this folder ink. Okay, so I can instantly hide them and show them. Okay, so this is really cool. This plugin is really cool. You need to use it, and you should deliver a PNG file, or you can show them the PSD like that. Okay, you can just deliver a PNG preview of your document like that. Okay, also the same you can do with your tablet and mobile views. I'm not going to repeat this, okay, because here we have different widths. Okay, so we have different spacing over here, maybe different vertical rhythm we are using over here, we are using less spacing. Okay, so you can develop 1, 2 or 3 different scales, or maybe 2 scales for different devices, and you can use them for padding and margins between your different elements. Okay, so this is all about using ink, and I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. So let's move on to the next lesson.